have been asked what varieties of tomato we are growing, and I'm not going to answer this. These are the varieties I'm growing this year. Tomato Pantano, which I saw in Italy, and I have a video about it. It's a kind of greenish to pink-red tomato. This is a Sungold F1. This is an import from Japan, the seeds are. And it's the best tasting tomato and quite one of the earliest one, and it gives a lot of sweet plum tasting tomato. Best tomato in the world in my view. I planted it every year and it gives really good result. This is some Marzano, which is I've grown it 2 years ago. It was really good though, from an old seed that I bought from the 99p shop. It was in a package of many other seeds. 99p, that was really cheap, and I planted it. It's so beautiful. It looks like we took it by mistake for pepper. Another variety that I'm growing, and this is from again from Italy. That's Golden Sunrise. Another variety of tomato which I bought again in Italy is this variety. I cannot see the name. Hold on with me. The variety's name is Granatita. Kind of orange. Oh yeah, Ponderosa, and it's kind of orangish yellow tomato. And the last one is a giant San Marzano. It's a big San Marzano like the other one, but this one is a bigger variety. And as you see, because probably it takes a longer season. These are the ones that I have in this module anyway. These are not all that I'm growing this year. I will have a few more. And I think that I have done another one which I will show now. This is the other variety of tomato that I'm growing. This was recommended by a gardener in Ireland who lives near the sea. And she was saying that she has to fight with the cold and the bad weather all the time. And this tomato, because it's a big one, although it's a big tomato, it gives the best result for that short season that she has. In the Polytunnel, of course, she grow it. And I'm doing the same also. Called John Bauer. Or John Bear, and I'm growing it this year also. It's a kind of beef steak large tomato, and I have other seeds which I grow gradually, but these are the ones that you see here. In the hydroponic experiment, at least in the early stages of it, I grow them hydroponically. Then I will plant them in with the whole sponge. I will plant them in the bigger pot. Tomato variety Sungold F1, 50 seed. I bought it from the CNZ last year, and second year I'm using it now. And now I'm going to plant them individually in this modules, pots. So they will be ready for when I want to use them, to plant them in the polytunnel. That is inside the polytunnel. Yeah. So, tomato Sungold F1, 50 seed cost me I think about £10. Considering that this is the best tomato in the world, that's a good bargain. The seeds look like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 seeds I have here. I may go and buy again more of this for this season. That's from last year's. So only 13 pots can be done right now. Last year I planted about, I think, 34 of this. I gave a few also to other people. So okay, now I've planted in these 3 rows by 4, so that is 12, and the 13th one is here. I will go now bring some water and water them. Now I'm watering this, and I fill it to a certain level. The water gradually rises up, and the seed will have the water they need, and that's it. Tomato variety Sungold F1, the best tomato ever. I have a video about this, and I will probably put the link below here, just anybody who wants to see how it tastes. Hydroponic tomatoes. Out of the 24, only 2 modules, 2 plugs have not germinated. The rest of them have germinated. And as you see, they are now grown up, most of them, into the first true leaves. The embryonic leaves are these ones, and the true leaves are these ones. And a few of them actually have developed a kind of a stem after having the first true leaves. So they look alright so far, and I'm looking forward to see how it is doing. The rest of it. Today is 24th of the March 2017. It's Friday, and now I'm going to pot this hydroponic experiment tomatoes, hoping that they will not be damaged by the cold and frost. We will see how it will go. Okay, I've prepared some pots. I will not fill it at the moment with the compost. I'll bring this out and bury them with the stem, some of the stem inside the compost. It gives them a sturdy root system. It will anchor them in the soil. At the same time, they will be warm. Okay, as you see, it's easy to pull them out. I just push them from under. I don't just touch the stem or anything, and I will take it from around here and put them in one of these pots. As you can see, there is a good root system. Just right the time that the roots were growing out, I decided to pot them. That's a good time for this, before the plants get pot bound. Pot bound being that they just root will grow around in this smaller space that was here, and they will not develop roots that they can actually extend to the soil around them. That makes them weak plants if they do. Now I'll put it inside the pot. I will cover around it some compost. Okay, now I've potted the first tomato plant. As you see, most of it, which was this height, up to this height, is now buried under the compost. So that will also root into the compost, develop roots, and gives them a stronger root system. And the whole length of this, the whole height of this pot is now the stem of the tomato buried in the compost. I will repeat this for all of the other plants. Almost all the tomatoes are now down, and as you see, this looks like this. At the moment I have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 15, 17, and yeah, around 22, 23 has remained. So I will do the next batches. So now we have 23 plant of tomato, and they're potted now. Tomorrow we will have a near 1 degree feeling temperature. That's about 3 degrees or 4 degrees centigrade, but the feel is 1 degree. So there is a danger of frost. So what I'm going to do is, we are inside the greenhouse, so it is warm here already, relatively of course. So I'm going to put inside a little enclosure that I have. Okay, I've now started to put the tomatoes, additional ones, into the soil. I've already done a few in 1 month ago into the soil. They're growing and they have now in flower. But these ones are new ones. I'm doing them in the Polytunnel. And I've watered them. I dig a hole, I water them, fill up the hole with the water, so paddling pool. And then, that's it. I cover it with soil. The sucker hose with the timer will feed them gradually. Just come occasionally to see how they are doing. I remove any weed that I see, like now what I'm seeing here, weeds, some weeds. The good thing is that in this system, the water is where you need. Always you have to keep the water when it is needed, not where watering all the plant, or even worse than that, watering the leaves and the foliage of the plant. That is crazy. Don't do that. Water should go to where the plant needs it, and that is the roots. So when you keep near the plant's roots moist, that's it, they go for it, and they gradually build up their energy. And of course this way they go also strong, develop a strong root systems. What will happen then is that the slugs will be discouraged, because the soil, look, this lovely soil, lovely manure that I put 1 month ago, and this is the fresh one I put the other day, yesterday. Look, I found slug egg. It gets dry for them, so practically they will not live here, and they will not be able to thrive here. That's the philosophy. So now I'm going to water them, and then that's it, it's done. I will leave them on their own. What I will do later, when you have tomatoes, you will end up definitely with a lot of side shoots like these ones. The side shoots should be removed if you want to grow your plant tall, as it is called, in a cordon shape. So one stem, it means tall. But if you cut these side shoots, the plants will grow faster, taller, and you will not end up with a cramped space and the lack of ventilation in your tomato plants. So what you will do is to pinch them out. Pinch them out just with your nail, just cut them short. The good thing is that these pinched out parts are vigorous. You can, before they get dry, you can just plant them, put them in compost in a little pot. They will root out, and then you will end up with a lovely clone of the original tomato plants that you have. So I'm doing this with my F1 Sun Gold tomatoes, and that way I will have free plants. That's the best way to have free plants, actually. It's faster than growing them from the seed. So I'm doing it now. Okay, I had some side shoots of the from the tomato Sun Gold F1. I'm just now trying to clone them. I use the side shoots, stick them into the compost, and if I had a hormone I would use it, but I couldn't find my hormone, rooting hormone I mean. So that's it, that's what I'm doing. I just take them, cut the lower leaves. Actually, whatever injury you cause at this stage, that's really good, because the plant tries to heal it, and the hormones will be secreted to actually function the process of healing, to do that. So I'm doing another one, so this one also. I've done it last year and it really was good. I gave the plants to other people because I had enough and I reached that stage. But look, I have now 3 healthy looking plants. Hopefully, God willing, they will catch, they will take, and we will have good tomato plants that can go to the polytunnel. At the moment, I'm waiting for more seedlings to grow beyond the 3-leaf stage. So after that, they will be planted. I've done almost all the polytunnel, just one side of it, probably about 12 more I can plant. Hallelujah! We have flowers on the tomato in the polytunnel. These are the tomatoes Sun Gold F1, and I'm looking forward for that. Look at this one, again flowering, and those are the cucumbers. We will make a lovely salad, God willing, with these ones. They are lovely. Look at this. Beside the beautiful garlic. Let me go deep into one of these flowers, tomato flowers. And look at there. We have the larvae of the, guess what, ladybird. Oh, this allotment is blessed. That's great. They will eat the aphid for us. The already program started. Lovely. Love these photos. Look at this. Every one of them. This is June 15. Sorry, May 15, 2015. 15/5/15 or 5/15/15, as you say in America. And look at this. Lovely. Okay. This is a Sungold F1 tomato I planted. When you put your tomatoes in the soil, after a while you need that. You see that if it is a cordon and long one that you want, it's not one of those bushy ones. So they give suckers. They're called side shoots. You have to remove them because they will take the energy. And usually the tomatoes there are not very. They don't develop as fast as these ones, which are in the main truss. So, and also it makes your plant look bushy. They have a tendency to go bushy. We don't want that because we want they go tall, because we have a limited space, 60 centimeter between each plant. So they should really go tall, high, and give the tomatoes in a cordon way. So what you have to do is to pinch out this thing, and that process is called pinching out. So all the suckers can be pinched out. If you like, you can plant them separately in a pot, and they will give you, again, because this practically is cloning. So what you will do is you're cloning this. So I may do a few of this because these are Sungold. I love them, and see how they will do. They're hybrid. It's difficult to grow from seed and also takes time. So I can pinch this now. I'm pinching all the side shoots, and I'm collecting them as a free plant. So that side shoot for this tomato plant is done, and as you see, it already has one terrace. The second terrace means the level of the fruit, the storage. Every level of the fruit is called a terrace in the tomatoes. So, and you have to keep just on the top of the weeds. There is a few weeds here from the previous. I planted these things 1 month ago, so it has been a while that they're here. And I didn't weed them really, but this, you see, because the soil is so dry, and I water it with this watering system automatically every day, about 1 hour now, because it's now hot. The soil is dry, but the plants are enjoying it, so they have enough water. And that's it. Pinching out the side shoots for free plants, and these are the free plants that I have now. I can just, it's a hybrid. It's a Sungold F1. F1 means a Field one or folio or whatever. It means the first generation, sorry. And that means is a hybrid. I can plant it separately without the need for the seed. I plant it in a pot, then when they're big enough, I just put them in the. So, first tomato fruits of the 2015. This is the variety Sungold F1, is a hybrid. This is the tastiest tomato, in my opinion, in the world. I love it, and now it is in fruit. Oh, I'm waiting for tasting this. It's the most beautiful. That is in the Polytunnel, and this is the first terrace. The second terrace is this. This is tomato variety Sungold F1. Now I'm going to taste one of these. This is the way it looks. Now I'm going to taste it. I cannot believe it. It's not a tomato. It's plum. It tastes like plum. It's sweet, slightly sour, and it's lovely. I'm going to taste another one of this one, which has a split in it. It has cracked, as you see. Now taste now. Oh, it's so sweet. It's not a tomato, as I say. It's not a tomato. It's the best tomato in the world. It tastes like a proper plum should taste. Oh my God. That's a good tomato. This is inside my polytunnel with tomatoes. It's about 50 tomato plants probably here. And different varieties: sun gold, firecracker, Indigo Rose, moneymaker, San Marino, or San Marzano, something Italian names anyway. And some other varieties. Why I'm growing them? Why we grow tomatoes in the allotment? Why we don't go and buy it? Of course you can go and buy. When we run out of tomato, we definitely buy. We even buy sometimes some cans. Tomato, skin tomato, or the puree of it. But why we bother to grow tomatoes? All this investment, all the things. Okay, one part of it is just we are gardeners. We like our hobby. We want to do something. That is our hobby, and we enjoy it. Another part of it is that the tomato varieties that we grow, you don't find them in the shops. I've not seen anywhere selling tomatoes as sweet as the Sun Gold F1. Sun Gold F1, never seen it in the shops or in supermarkets. So I grow it myself. I enjoy it myself. My family enjoys. I give it to my friends. When I have the plants, I give it for free to the friends also. Sometimes I keep the side shoots and put them just in the compost, like I did several times this year. Pass it to my friends, introducing them to this new tomato for me. And I give them also a few tomatoes when they're ready, just to help them to decide and taste. What is better than that? And yeah, the tomatoes that I will grow, and I know that I will not find it anywhere else. Why I'm doing it? I like gardening. Gardening is a hobby for me. Also, it's something that gives me some food. The whole point of the allotment movement is that you grow your own food. Having the satisfaction of growing your own food. So, Sun Gold F1, nobody grows it. You cannot buy it in the shops. That's the reason I grow. This is the beauty of the allotment life. You do something you enjoy and you get a reward. And what is the better reward than having a good food?
The glorious allotment, the glory of nature, the glory of growing your own food in this big universe. A few days I was not collecting the cucumbers, and look what happened. Look at here. Anyway, I'm going now to harvest some of them at least. Otherwise the plant will stop. And we had that lovely, we have harvested that lovely Sun Gold F1 tomato. Oh, the best tasting tomato ever. Oh God, you have to try it. It's such a little tomato. This variety, Susan, is called the Indigo Rose. I think I saw a few ones which are ready to harvest here. I think this one.
That's red. It's gone red on the bottom.
Yeah. Okay. So Indigo Rose. I think this one is maybe.
Yes, this one's gone red. And there's one thing that the viewers should pay note, is that you can see we don't have any red tomatoes. And there's a reason for that.
We will have, but not yet, because
We've
they're
got
not ready.
some, but we noticed through experience that these golden tomatoes are more resistant to blight. When our Polytunnel got infected with blight, we noticed that these didn't. They didn't. The other ones we had to pull up. These ones were still growing. So they do have some resistance. I'm not saying total, but in our experience,
And also they're sweeter, it seems
they're
to me.
sweeter. They're just as easy to grow, and the size are small, so they don't fall off the vine. They don't drop off. Very few do. You can pick them. Don't do like the shops and just pick the whole vine together. Yeah, you pick them.
That is actually
off the
it's
vine.
very unusual that they can pick the whole tomato vine when actually they don't come at the same time. How they do? What trick they play in that?
They're selectively grown for that, and they're not grown in normal. Look, you're treading on a tomato.
Oh, sorry.
And they're not grown naturally. They're grown in just suspended, and the roots dangled in nutrients and water. They don't have the environment, natural environment. And of course, the ones on the top of the vine is always riper than the ones on the bottom. So when you do buy vine tomatoes, you'll find that the ones on the top will be more ripe and they'll go rotten sooner.
Okay.
Storing them.
Thank you, Susan. You see, this is a different variety. It's kind of pear-shaped, plum-shaped something, like a plum.
Well, that's news
they're
to
not
me
ripe
because
yet.
I thought these were peppers, which they are. And
No,
there's
no,
one-
that's not pepper.
That's a pepper. Is that a tomato?
That's a tomato.
Well, it's right. Right, good. I thought
It
that
fell,
was a
huh?
tomato. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And another thing that I could
I
point
think
out
that
to
is
the
not yet
viewers,
ripe, but anyway.
when tomatoes are overripe, they don't go rotten, they don't go mouldy, they don't mould, they don't rot like the shop bought ones. They split like this. That is a ripe tomato, it's split. That's the first sign that they are on the turn. So here we go.
Oh, you're eating it?
I've given it a Viking funeral.
The Vikings funeral. Okay. I have to. Okay, you continue to harvest. I will just follow you. This side, I don't think this side are yet ready yet.
Yeah, these
No.
These are.
These are
Look,
not.
These are, yeah.
Yes, you are
They've
picking the
fallen-
unripe one.
They're
Because
falling
these
out.
are, let me tell you why. Because I planted them after those ones. So these ones are behind in the
I think
season.
a little
So you have
bit
to start
is-
on that side.
That Henker does that. It's the ants helping it. Oh,
Okay.
here's another one. He said they weren't ripe.
No. They are not ripe because
This
I planted
one's
them. I said,
ripe.
look that side.
It's split.
Here, I can tell you these ones are ripe. Those, yeah, there is a 1 year orange one there, which is ripe.
Oh, I see it.
Not there, here,
It's
in
like
front
the
of your
fancy-
feet.
It's like this.
It's
when
in
I
front of your
drive in.
feet.
Where? He's like this when I'm driving in the car.
Okay, here.
He's a backseat driver and a backseat gardener.
You're just trying to be cheeky now.
Yes, I am. I'm sure we're not the only ones.
You are enjoying the fruit of my labor.
I certainly am. Look. Another one that
That's
needs
lovely.
to be disposed of.
Oh, give it to me.
No,
Disposed of. I will dispose
see?
it in my stomach.
He took the bread out of my mouth. Okay. Let's have a look down here. These are falling.
Oh, there's one.
Yeah, I see
Fallen
it.
down.
Yeah.
There's a few under your hand just there.
I know, I see them here.
No, those ones are not ready yet.
Yeah.
They are not orange yet. This is an orange one, look. I think these ones can stay a little bit longer. But I think this side has a lot more to offer. You need a punnet?
Yeah, I need more on it. Oh, look. One each. We can't waste them, they don't.
Okay, give it to me because my hand is all busy. Feed me.
God.
Lovely.
Okay. Now.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, look what I found,
Oh, blueberry.
ladies and gentlemen. Yummy. I'll put that up.
Okay. I'm now stopping the top of the plants to don't let them grow beyond a certain point. I may have some side shoots let it grow, but at this moment I don't want the tops. Especially since they hit the a little bit wet roof of the. I don't like that. They may get blight. Yeah, I'm stopping the plant. I may let a few side shoots just to grow here and there. So another alternative coming up. So because I've stopped this at this level of the height, it's about 2 meters. But the side shoot will have the prospect of fruiting again. So I will keep them. They say in the book that don't do it, but I want to give it a go this year just to see how is the effect.
I found some.
Here, I can point it to you here.
Oh, look.
Here.
Oh, wow, look. Here.
Oh, here, look.
Look at this. Another broken one. Eat it, Greg.
Okay.
Because I'm going to eat mine. Oh, yummy.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there's a reason why they ripen on the top of the vine first. And it doesn't need a rocket scientist to work that one out. It's simply because the nutrients go to the ones that are first.
Mm-hmm.
All the nutrients and everything.
Actually,
the water.
The older ones.
Yeah. So they grow first, and this is different to the cultivated ones, the big producers. These don't have artificial sunlight. They don't have lamps that turn on and off. They don't have all this irrigation and no soil thing, this thing they use now, technology. So I think you've got more osmosis through the cells. You've got this osmosis going on, extracellularly and
No, that side is full.
intracellularly.
You're picking the wrong ones.
And
They are not ripe,
yeah,
these
okay.
ones. They're
Where?
greenish yet. If you go that side, you will find ripe
whereas
ones there.
here it's more natural.
Just pick the ripe ones. You don't need to pick the unripe ones.
Yeah. See, so it's
The
more,
ones which are orange are
I know
ripe.
the ones which are orange.
The other ones are not as sweet, so
I've just
we have to leave them.
I've been trying to explain to the viewers why this happens.
Yeah, I know. Thank you for the information.
And you've got natural
Here,
rhythm.
pick this. These are the ones which are so easy when they're ripe. Just break from this joint.
I think we need another panel.
Hey, open this, I will put it there.
There's enough broken there. Now, for the lady viewers who like to think they're Kurdish figures, tomatoes are very low in calories. An average sized tomato, which are the average sized red ones that you buy in the shop, only have about 20 calories. And these little ones would only have 10 calories. And they're very nutritious. So you can eat a hell of a lot.
Yeah, if you're craving for eating.
Yeah, I love tomatoes. I'm in tomato heaven here.
That one is not ripe.
Too late.
They're green. Don't pick the green ones. There is one behind you which is orange.
Don't
Leave
want
them when
too
they're
ripe
ripe.
because then
No,
they go,
if they're ripe, they're better. Even if they're splitting, they taste better. They're sweeter.
but then you have to eat them
That's all right.
ripen them.
I don't like green ones because they're a little bit acidic. They're a little bit tan also. Tannin in them is too high.
This one is
And surprisingly, these trees I'm showing here, some of them are from seeds, but some of them are from the. I took side shoots from here, these plants. I put them in a pot and planted them as a new plant. So practically I did a cloning. That was wonderful. Oh, that is split, this one.
yes. Well, you can have it. You can. Your tree.
Thank you.
I just seen a vine that's right into it over there. On this
I
side.
see one there.
Yeah.
This is right.
I'll go over
When you're
there.
close to them, it's difficult to see.
Yeah, sometimes you have to view them at different angles.
I remember Rick Van Man, whenever he was entering in summer his Polytunnel, he had to shake the plastic because there were a rain of condensation coming down. He didn't actually bought the best. The best was for him to get the plastic, which is the anti-condensation. I got that one and I'm really happy with what I did. But that means I will not have a problem like that. Oh, you missed this. There is one here
Oh,
which is
yes.
ripe.
I thought maybe that might be a bit too green for you.
No, that one was all right. This one is
Yeah,
already
put that in there.
ripe. Okay. And when you leave the slightly green ones, you will have something to pick next day. So it's good in a way, because you will eat the ones that you already have, and then the ones that will come next day are ready for you. You will have all the time fresh. Is this tomato heaven?
Well, it's my tomato.
I mean, in the past, such a thing would be only in the means of very rich people to have a, as they called it, a greenhouse or whatever, glass house, or we can call this plastic house, for their kitchen garden. We have been into Walmer Castle in the Dover, and I was really impressed how everything was there. Of course, Darwin House has such a thing also, but anyway, Walmer Castle, beautiful place with a lovely kitchen garden. Oh, I found one here. Oh, one tomato here.
A red one.
Yeah.
Aha.
I think this is a different variety.
Would be, yeah, it's red.
Show me again.
Different colour. And the leaves look slightly different.
Yeah, the leaves are a bit smaller.
They do, they look slightly different, so... Right then.
And look at the shape of the vine. The vine is like a Y, letter Y. Oh, the sign, symbol of peace. This is a hippie tree, hippie
Yeah.
tomato. Look,
The
comes
flowers.
like that. Is one like that coming down, then going like that? The only thing is there is circle.
Yeah, it reminds me of the 1970s. I think that's it then, isn't it? For the moment. I think that's it. So
Show me how many you have now. Okay, one punnet.
I've got one pint. There's a couple split, but we'll eat them straight away tonight. So they won't go rotten. I mean, they stay in the fridge a couple of days if they split. It's just a clean split. They
And
not-
two,
So we've
three. Oh, okay.
got
2 punnets of the sun gold and another variety
yeah,
if you don't know the
two
red one.
punnets of the sun gold. We've got the
firecracker.
firecracker, and we've got this really little mixture.
Of
We've
the
got those ones.
Indigo
What are-
Rose.
Indigo Rose.
That's one probably San Marzano
This is
or Marzano.
this is the
whatever.
one we don't know. It looks like a red
red
pepper.
plum.
It's the size of a small pepper. I thought he was growing peppers in here,
We have pepper.
and those and that's my tea for tonight.
Mm.
My Sunday salad. I will be having.
Okay, I just left my wife for half an hour and she picked all these tomatoes from the Polytunnel. Probably this is about 4 kilos of tomato. And I can say that every little punnet, this half of this will be in a supermarket if you buy it. Not as full as this or as deep as this. And that is £3 there. So this is about £5 and the rest of it. Probably I'm talking about £15 of tomato here, value-wise. And this is, I don't know, nth time that I'm collecting these tomatoes from the Polytunnel. Probably up to now I've collected about £100 of tomato from the Polytunnel and given also to friends and anybody who was interested. Besides that, I got a lot of side shoots from them and just planted them as new plants, cloning them. So I paid about, I think, £5 or £6 or £7 for Sungold F1 tomato, these little ones, and £3 for this tomato as a plant. The rest of it was seed. So he's well paid for it already, and yet the Polytunnel has things to go on. So this is really good value for money. You know, even buying the expensive F1 seeds from CN Seeds, for example. These are from CN Seeds. I bought F1, Sungold F1. They're really sweet. They're plums of the tomatoes, I'm telling you. You have to try to know what I mean. And yet it is value for money. £100 of tomato already have collected with all these things. And yet it is continuing, God willing. And they are really good value for money. Great. Oh, also flower. Beautiful, smelly. to cut a few leaves, then blight appeared, and I know the reason now. I had to cut this branch stem, and the moisture from this dripping down and affecting the lower leaves and the stems, and that is blight. I have to remove this plant. It's finished before it's too late. That's the sap from the tomato plant causing the moisture on the stem, and the moisture in the stem brings blight. Okay, this is a video about the tasting of 4 varieties of tomato that we grow in the allotment. This one is the Marzano Tomato. This one is the Sun Gold F1. This is the Firecracker, another F1. This is Indigo Rose, a variety derived from the Russian black. So I'm going now to taste them. I will cut them and taste. Or actually I will go like that. I don't need even to cut. Oh no, it's better to cut it just to see how it is inside. Okay, I've now cut the tomatoes. This is the Marzano tomato. It's the biggest in this range. It's the first time I'm harvesting this, so let us see how it tastes. Quite mealy, fleshy, kind of sweet, not very acidic. A little bit acid, but yeah, pleasant, not bad. It's very tomatoey, very juicy also, but slightly salty. Okay. Now I go for the Indigo Rose. This is the variety derived from the Russian black, if I understand correctly. Looks like a scary movie character. Anyway, I'm now going to taste it. Oh, but quite juicy. Sweet, a little bit acid, very slightly acid. Compared to this one, this is a little bit more bland. Now I'm going for the Firecracker F1. This is the way the skin looks. Oh, more acidic than the previous two. Nicer in a way. And now I'm going to taste this one, which is the Sun Gold F1. Foxes are outside making noise. Oh, sweet. This is the best tomato. This little one. It's so sweet. Oh. It's not a tomato, it's a plum. I always say that. That's my catchphrase. This is not a tomato, this is a plum. Just 1 hour ago, arrived from the allotment. harvested some tomatoes. I just wanted to talk about this. This is a tomato that we harvested, Sangold F1. If you want to know what is if you make a jam into a soup, how it will look, that is it. What we did was just putting the tomatoes with this slightly, a little bit of the olive oil, just a tiny bit, just to stop them burning, in a pan, in a frying pan. Then putting the heat on, and on the oven, and then it just boils on its own juice, and the result is this delicious soup-like food. It's not just soup. I'm telling you, Sangold F1 is this, without any added sugar. It is a jam. If you marry a jam to a soup, that is this food. It's so beautiful. I love it. That's the rest of the food we are eating. Okay, the frost season has started. Yesterday we went and harvested the rest of our tomatoes from Polytunnel. Whatever was here, we put it in a. It was mushy almost a little bit. Very soft because of the frost. We boiled it, mixed it with a little bit onion, and just that. And then now it is cooling down. We put it in this Kilner jar to keep it for immediate use, so we can use it whenever we want. I'm telling you, this is yummy with a little bit onion. Oh, we just boiled it with a little bit onion. It's really beautiful. Yeah, you can add anything you like. You can add herbs, greens, basil, and all kind of things that you like, dried ones or fresh. You can add even garlic. Garlic is an ingredient that has in most of the processed food. It gives them the nicest smell. Otherwise, especially meaty foods, processed meats, are really horrible smelling. Without the garlic, they cannot be sold even. So yeah, good use of our tomato. These are all the beautiful. Yeah, what is that called? I've forgotten. Our own tomato. Yeah. That sweet tomato that I have. Anyway. And yeah, we'll be ready. We will be eating it, enjoying it. Today is the 23rd of the November 2015. And we have yet some tomatoes. And the last one, we have used it in here. And the tomatoes of the 2014, which we had in summer 2014, are continuing to provide us with vitamin C, even into the 2015. Today is the 18th of January 2015. They're yet giving us